I really enjoy it. I think it's a really cathartic way of expressing yourself. But
I will say this. Speaking of dancing, this is one that I actually tried myself. We don't have a video of me, thank God. But this one is, these next two videos are the Madonna Squat Challenge. And I think you obviously know what this is. This is you doing squats.
I don't have cartilage in my knee.
He said, what was that?
It's why I don't have cartilage in my knee anymore, but yes.
Well, let's see how this is going to affect these people. Okay, she better work. And also in those gigantic shoes, Miss Thing better work. You know, rumor has it, that's what they say on the streets, that you were doing this not just on stage, but everywhere. You were doing it at the parties, anytime. That's what the streets are saying. Does that sound true to you?
It's possible, and maybe. I don't know what came over me.
I mean,
I just wanted to build strong quads, so I just did it everywhere.
the music was in you. Okay, we have our last TikTok Live fan poll. The question is, what brings you to confess tonight? Desire I can't ignore, or a truth I've buried? That is, a desire I can't ignore, or a truth I've buried. I cannot wait to see what the responses are. We're celebrating the release of Confessions 2 tonight. So let's get to our final fan confession from Daniel.
Hey Madonna, this is Daniel from Toronto. I just wanted to know if there was a song that you have written that means something different to you today than when you first wrote it. And thanks for serving us a Madonna summer.
You're welcome.
You got any songs that have changed their meaning over time for you?
Honestly, no. I mean, I would be lying. But maybe you can think of something.
Well, I want to ask about one, because when we were creating the last show and we had to pick the opening song, there's one song that Madonna did not want at the top of the show, and it was Material Girl. Does that mean something different to you then than now? Or like, what was your relationship to that song?
My relationship to the song was I was aware of the irony of it, because I'm not a materialistic person. But it was very tongue-in-cheek. I think a lot of people took it literally. I'm not sure people got the irony. It still feels the
to
same.
quote you, you can be a spiritual person and still shop at Prada.
Hell yeah. That's true.
So, I remember like, oh, it's going to be this song. And you were like, we're not doing that song. And I was like, all right, back to the drawing board.
Yeah, there's some songs, the old, really, the early songs, I can't sing them anymore. It's like,
That's fair.
it's like looking at your yearbook from middle school. And you're like, I'm not that person anymore.
Now, Em, your sound is already deeply embedded in the DNA of our culture, and every pop star who's alive and some who are not with us, it is a literal lifeline. So we have our final TikTok Live poll where we're asking, what brings you to confess tonight? Desire I can't ignore, or a truth I've buried? Honestly, sometimes for me, it is both. And what I'm seeing is a lot of people have said the group, and what I'm seeing is the winner is desire I can't ignore. A lot of you all cannot ignore the fact that you just got to get out there and whatever it is in you, you cannot ignore it. Do you have anything like that for you?
Desires I can't ignore.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God, every day. Are you kidding me? I've just become a lot, like the time between desire and expressing it is getting shorter and shorter. Just blurt it out now. I don't waste time, because time is precious.
That is true. I want to talk for a moment about Bring Your Love, the song that you collaborated with on Sabrina Carpenter with. And how did that song come together?
That song was really about my feelings while I was writing when I was working with Stuart in the beginning, and a lot of people were in my ear saying, "Oh, you should do this, and you should do that, and you should collaborate with this person, or you should make this kind of a song," and making me forcing me to focus on what's popular, algorithms, following trends, and I found it to be the antithesis to art and creativity. So I was struggling with that paradox. And so, you know, when I say, don't try to distract me with numbers, I did it all for love. I'm like, I don't want to think about streaming numbers when I'm writing a song. I need to tell the story. You know what I mean?
When you're like you collab with everybody. Do a lot of people like ask you for like tutelage and like mentorship when y'all are in the booth writing, or you know, writing back and forth on emails, or when that fountain pen is spilling its ink? Are they like coming to the well for knowledge?
I'm trying to think.
I think people see it a lot. Like, I think in the studio, you see people, like, see how Madonna behaves, like, how hard she works. Like, it's infectious to be around, but it's also a learning experience, because I think even people who are very, very successful see, oh, that's what it takes to become ultra successful. And it's ultimately, at the end of the day, like all of this, it's just super, super hard work and commitment.
I do want to say you all can probably hear there's a party going on right next door.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Well, we are certainly going to get to the party. I want to talk about this. Speaking of parties,
I'd rather talk to you, Bob, honestly.
Thank you. I would love talking to you. I want to talk about the song Danceteria, named after the New York club where you got an early break from,
Mark Kamens.
By get up in there. And this is it's also plays to your debut single, Everybody. In that song, you name checked your then roommate, pronounce it for me, Martin Burgoyne. Martin Burgoyne.
Yeah.
The club's doorman, and the actress Debbie Mazar, and who's one of your oldest friends, who I've met with you several times in Italy. Like, who did you first meet at this club? Like, what about this club stood out to you so much?
People's fashion, like unique way of expressing themselves through the way they dressed. It was not necessarily about having money, it just was unique, and the freedom people had. And what I loved about Danceteria is that it had so many floors of different things happening. Like there was dance, one kind of music, like new romantic music on one floor, then there was punk music on another floor, then on another floor there was theater, like a variety show kind of theater, comedy, then in another they were playing cinema. You know, it was one-stop shopping. It was so entertaining and inspiring.
Did you find yourself?
I felt like I walked into, a candy store.
This is around the time when you would probably first hear one of your songs on the radio. What is this like for you at this time?
Well, when I first went there, there was no songs being played on the radio.
So what's it like the first time you did hear your song?
Borrow, and steal to get my song on the radio.
How did you convince these DJs to play your music? Like, how did you convince them to?
I just batted my really long eyelashes. I'm just kidding. My song was good. Come on.
That is true.
But DJs do get asked to listen to a lot of things, so I definitely worked his last nerve. Like the guy who eventually brought me to an A&R person at a record label, he was sick of seeing me. He would literally see me coming towards him and he would run. That's Mark Kamens. And so, but I don't know. I had a guardian angel, and he allowed himself to, he took a break and listened to my song.
And you didn't give up.
I didn't. No, tenacity. That's one of my qualities.
You always say the most controversial thing you've ever done is stick around. That's like my favorite quote.
That's true.
We've come to the end of this special preview, so make sure that you go and download Confessions 2 tonight at midnight. Stuart, what would be one word to sum up reuniting with Madonna again for Confessions 2?
Oh, God, like alignment.
Alignment.
Yeah, it's being in the same place, like wanting to, musically being aligned, creatively being aligned. Like when that happens, and it's rare that it does happen, you see the results come. So yeah, alignment.
And Lola, can you give us one word that sums up your experience with creating The Test with your mother?
It's been said before, but I think just healing.
That's a beautiful journey to be able to heal, but also vulnerable to do it in front of the world.
Right.
Yeah. And Em, I'm going to give you the last word. Can you give us a word to sum up Confessions 2?
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
You're gonna be great.
Pressure's on. What?
Can you give us into it?
I'm gonna be thinking here for a minute.
No worries.
One word to sum up Confessions.
And of course, you can say more words if you want. You don't have to sum it to one.
Okay.
And I also love that you're actually considering the question and not
Oh,
just
should I
putting it
not?
out. No,
Should I be superficial?
I genuinely love it. That wasn't sarcasm. I hope they didn't read the sarcasm.
But one word is really hard. It's really hard.
You can. You know what? We'll allow it.
I mean, it is truly a confession. It's also like a form of ritual for me at this point, a ritualistic experience, ceremony, community, the importance of family and having a community.
We were right before we started. Me, you, and Stu were talking about the difference between just confessing and the act of contrition, which is something I learned from you, by the way, because I didn't grow up around any Catholics. So
Poor thing.
I learned that the act of contrition is like not just confessing, but like trying to create a path and a statement that I will do better in the past. Is Confessions 2 some form of an act of contrition for you, or is it just another confession for you to just get it off your chest and keep living your life?
Well, I would never define this record as just another confession. Writing a song about my brother who literally died the week before I wrote it, is not just a confession, you know. And the song that I wrote about my stepmother also dying like 2 weeks or 1 week before my brother, like all these very influential people that changed my life forever, you know, not dying, and then dealing with it, writing about it, and having that cathartic experience, healing, as Lola said.
Yep.
And then finally writing a song with Lola and dealing with all of our issues and confronting things and being super vulnerable and honest with each other. That, you know, those are important moments. I wouldn't say they're just confessions.
Maybe a good word could be vulnerability too, because it
Yeah.
sounds incredibly
Yeah.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Which you've been vulnerable with us for 4 decades now, giving pounds and pounds of flesh. You know,
That's what I think. Well, somebody interviewed me recently, and they said, you know, you've never explained you haven't made yourself vulnerable in your music until now. And I was like, what?
that's a crazy statement.
You haven't been listening to my music.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe they
What?
just joined the party.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, listen, thank you so much, Madonna. Thank you, Stuart Price. Thank you, Lola. And thank you all, fans at home, listening on iHeart Radio and on the iHeart Radio app, and also watching on